Ladies and gentlemen, this is Lake Oroville. The last time I saw this place, it wasn't quite this dry. I mean, boy, what a difference a few years make. They were in fear of this lake possibly flooding an area because it was, the dam badly needed repairs. But I don't know, at this rate, it may not be enough water to flood anybody. Wow, what a difference. So, they're telling California to prepare for power blackouts this summer. And it's low hydropower, which means more gas. So, more possible blackouts due to the mega drought, the historic drought that choked off rivers and reservoirs from the Rocky Mountains to the California coast is threatening to strain power grids this summer, raising the specter of blackouts and forcing the region to rely on fossil fuels. Many reservoirs that should be brimming with spring snowmelt show bathtub rings of dry dirt instead of like Lake Mead. Lake Mead looks horrible. I was looking at pictures of it over the last few days. Woo, I didn't think it could look worse than it did last year, but it actually looks worse. All right, so which fell to a record low. Hydropower dams feed off of those reservoirs, won't be able to pump out as much electricity as they should if they keep operating at all after the drought last summer shut down the hydro dam at Lake Oroville, California's second largest reservoir, for 5 months. Officials warn that no longer a distant possibility. We never thought it would be realized in our lifetime, Governor Gavin Newsom said last week during a trip to the dam, meant to remind Californians about the dangers of the drought. It happened, and the prospects that it will happen again is very real, particularly because we had the driest January, the driest February, and the driest March in California history. One California key water district declared an emergency this week, limiting outdoor water usage for 6 million people. The state had to resort to rolling blackouts during an extreme heat wave in 2020. And Eastern Washington did the same in 2021. Yeah, they got hit with triple digits back then, which is really unheard of for Washington state. So, California had recently closed 7 old natural gas power plants as it shifts towards solar and wind power. Low hydro power is one of the reasons the states suffer from a shortage of power during the heat waves, hot nights. Drought and subsequent power blackouts are but one example of how extreme weather conditions are straining cities and infrastructure built for a different, more stable climate. Last year, the U.S. endured 20 weather events that caused at least $1 billion in damage apiece, including the February deep freeze in Texas that killed more than 200 people. In all, extreme weather cost the country about $148 billion in 2021, according to the Centers for Environmental Information. In the 2010s, the average was 89 billion per year. Ooh, that's a big difference. So that's a problem for states trying to cut their greenhouse gas emission and fight climate change. And even the increased reliance on fossil fuels has its limits. Across the state, the West have all grown dependent on importing power from each other during times of high demand. When a strong heat wave strikes multiple states at once, blanketing, say, the coast and the Southwest, supplies grow tight and the possibility of blackouts rises. So, y'all, they must see something because they are warning you of these blackouts over there on the West Coast. And, no matter what picture you look at out west, these lakes and reservoirs are so dry. I have to tell you, I don't think I've ever seen it this dry in my lifetime. This is really severe. Now I understand when I did a video around back in December or January, and the federal government had to tell farmers out in California they were not going to supply them with water because of the mega drought. So if they plant their crops, they're on their own as far as supplying water for their crops. And you can clearly tell it is bad. I don't care what aerial shot you look at of California, Colorado, out in Arizona, it just looks bad. But y'all, please tell me what you think. And they said this thing is gradually, this drought, this mega drought is gradually moving east. So it's a matter of time when it's going to be well over half of the country under these conditions. And it's happening real rapid, very rapid. Please leave your comment and subscribe. Don't forget to hit on the notification bell, and I'll see you on the next video. Peace, family.